So many people are desperate to get into relationships. They want to get a girlfriend and cure their loneliness, or they want to get a boyfriend and be in love. But this desperation or that strong desire can easily cause us to commit to someone who we're not compatible with. It's your excitement and your feelings for this person that drives you, because you think they're amazing and that you want to be with them. You focus on how you feel about them, but what you don't think about is how they make you feel. Can you speak your honest mind when you're with them? Do they treat you how you want to be treated? Do they even understand you? These questions are far more important than how attracted you are to them or how excited you are to see them. Not committing to someone who makes you feel anxious, stressed, and miserable might sound very obvious and like common sense, but many of us do it anyway, because we're either unaware of the signs that we're incompatible, or we know that they're there, but we choose to ignore them because of our feelings. So in this video, I'm going to show you some of the important signs showing that you're incompatible with someone and why you should not commit to them. So what we really mean when we say that two people aren't compatible is that it's not going to work out for them in the long term. But so many of us instead focus on the short-term benefits we gain. Someone to date, someone to be intimate with, someone to be in love with, and not being alone. This wanting and this excitement can mess with your ability to be logical, especially when you're young or new to dating. Issues of compatibility may not even occur to you, so it really helps if you know what some of the big ones are so that you can at least recognize if they are present. One of the biggest signs is that you can't be yourself around this person. Either you tried to be authentic once and you noticed that they weren't as attracted to you, so now you suppress your true self out of fear, or you didn't even try in the first place and you're practically using a whole new personality to impress them. Here's what this may look like. You don't voice your true opinions. You agree with everything they say. Your conversations are pretty much always about them and their interests, and very rarely or never about yours. You're scared to question their choices and behavior, especially when it bothers you, because you don't want to complain and you want to appear perfect to them. As you can see, not being authentic with someone who you're supposed to be so close and intimate with can cause a whole host of issues, which will bite you in the ass in the long run if you commit to this person. Now, another big sign that you're not compatible is if you don't feel understood, aka not feeling heard or seen. Maybe you have a good time with this person on the surface. You go on exciting dates, you're physically intimate together, and you have good memories and experiences with them. But at the end of the day, it's whether or not they truly respect and understand you that matters. Do they validate your emotions? Do they put effort into getting to know you as a person and your interests? Can you have a civil discussion with them about how you feel without them getting angry or defensive? If the answers are no, then I hate to say it, but they probably don't care about you as much as you think that they do. Not feeling understood by your partner is a terrible thing, because if they can't even validate you, then basic communication becomes something that you start to dread. And now the foundation of your relationship is already breaking down. Now the next big sign is that it's one-sided. You initiate most conversations and dates. They can go quiet on you for long periods of time, but you'll reply straight away. You are always the one to apologize when there's any form of conflict or argument. Overall, you're investing a lot more time and energy into this than they are. Guys, relationships are give and take. They should be 50-50 in general. Now yes, there'll be days where you take more than you give, or you give more than you take, depending on how you feel or how they feel. But if it's this early of a stage when you're dating and you can already sense that you're doing a lot more than they are, and they just seem to be taking and you're doing the giving, then you're setting the tone for one hell of a frustrating and draining relationship if you actually commit to them. Finally, I need to mention that there are people out there who don't have good intentions and who will take advantage of you. They'll use you for your attention, for your love, and for what you give them. They'll tell you what you want to hear to keep you hooked, and then once they get bored of you, they throw you aside and find someone else. Now, I know that sounds very bleak, but it's the harsh reality for many of us, especially people who tend to be too nice and let people walk all over them. So if you feel like you're dating someone and it's one-sided, that they don't understand or respect you, or that you're walking on eggshells just to please them, then that isn't just a sign that you're incompatible. That's a red flag that you should run away from. Don't get obsessed with the wrong people and let them manipulate you. And don't commit to people who make you feel like shit just because of your feelings for them. I understand being desperate or really wanting a relationship, but that's a prime position to be manipulated from. And when you're needy like that, people will take advantage of you if you're unlucky enough to end up dating and getting feelings for someone like that. So now I'm going to tell you why you should not commit to someone who you're not compatible with. I know that many of you will feel that something's wrong when you're dating someone. You may even recognize that one or more of the signs I've mentioned in this video are present. But you just keep going, you keep dating them, you keep seeing them, and because of your feelings, you actually want to commit to them. This is normal to an extent. It's normal to not be logical when you're that emotional and you're that into someone. But that's exactly why you should take the advice of people who have been in your shoes and who have regretted making those stupid decisions later. Don't be so damn desperate to be with someone that you end up with the wrong person. Nearly all of the signs of incompatibility that I've mentioned in this video were present when I started dating this girl a few years ago. And I was aware of them, but I pushed them to the back of my mind and I kept seeing her and I kept getting more attached to her, thinking that my love and my efforts would be enough to make things work. So when those issues came back and bit me in the ass in the worst way possible, I realized that there was nothing I could have done to have made her the right girl for me, because we can only control ourselves. No amount of my love or kindness could have actually made her genuinely understand or respect me. Just as nobody on this earth can control anyone else but themselves. And you sure as hell can't change anyone. Sometimes we just force things because we really want them to work for us, but this simply never works. Love alone cannot determine the success of a relationship. The respect has to be there. The emotional validation has to be there. They have to make you feel happy, not miserable, not anxious, not stressed, not confused, and not playing games. If they don't, then however strong your feelings are, or whatever fairy tale relationship that you've created in your head is not going to work out, and it's only going to bring you pain. Stop committing to people who are not meant for you. Look after yourself and look for the signs that you are not compatible and get out of there as early as possible. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, subscribe for more advice. I'll see you in my next one.